NASA reveals new evidence of extraterrestrial life. Find out. Have you ever wondered if we are alone in the universe? Today, we bring you a bombshell revelation from NASA that could change everything we know about life beyond Earth. New evidence has been presented, and it's more impressive than you might think. Get ready to discover how this discovery could transform our view of aliens and the cosmos. In this video, you will understand what NASA discovered, why it is so important, and how this information can impact not only science, but your way of seeing the universe. We will delve into details that few have access to, with explanations simple and fascinating for you to follow every moment. Are you curious about what really exists beyond our planet? Want to know what renowned scientists are saying now about extraterrestrial life? Stay with me until the end and get an insider's view on one of humanity's greatest mysteries. Don't miss this opportunity to stay up to date with what could be the greatest discovery of the century. NASA reveals new evidence of extraterrestrial life. Discover. In recent months, agency scientists have been investigating a mysterious signal coming from a distant region of the Milky Way. This signal contains complex mathematical patterns that do not appear to be generated by known natural phenomena. At a recent conference, NASA revealed the analysis of data captured by the James Webb Telescope. The identified patterns suggest a possible code being transmitted from a zone known as Zeta Reticuli, a region already speculated by astronomers to have habitable planets. The team of astrophysicists is intrigued by the possibility that these signals originated from an intelligent civilization. Evidence and scientific connections. Scientists point out that the signal pattern includes sequences that correspond to the periodic table of elements and, more surprisingly, universal mathematical formulas. The video details how natural hypotheses, such as pulsars and stellar explosions, were ruled out. Additionally, thermal imaging scans show temperature variations on the surface of a planet in the region, possibly indicating unnatural energy sources. How this could impact humanity? Are we ready to discover that we are not the only inhabitants of the cosmos? How would this change our technology, religion, and even our politics? He also highlights that NASA is developing new communication protocols in case we can respond to these signals. Viewers learn that by understanding extraterrestrial signals, we can develop innovative technologies such as more advanced communication systems and new methods for space exploration. Additionally, the video speculates on how these discoveries could inspire new careers in science and bring humanity closer to global cooperation. Recently, two working groups of the United States House Oversight Committee, one of the most important in the American Congress, held a joint hearing entitled Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena, Exposing the Truth. The term is a clear provocation to the NASA report from September 2023, which presents the American Space Agency's latest official position on extraterrestrial life. Embedded in the trillion-dollar package signed by President Donald Trump in 2020, to alleviate the impact of COVID-19, was a provision mandating that the Pentagon investigate unidentified anomalous phenomena, unidentified aerial phenomenons. The expectation was that the investigation would be able to clarify more than 120 sightings by military pilots of what were called unidentified flying objects, UFOs. In June 2022, NASA stepped in, commissioning a study team to examine unidentified aerial phenomenons from a scientific perspective, and on September 14, 2023, the agency published its final report. What does NASA's final report say about unidentified aerial phenomenons? The so-called final report of the Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Independent Study Team, available on the NASA website, has 36 pages filled with strictly technical and scientific observations. Right at its inception, NASA recognizes that many credible witnesses, often military aviators, reported having seen objects they did not recognize in United States airspace. The agency acknowledges that, although most of these anomalies have already been explained, a small handful cannot be immediately identified as natural or man-made phenomena. Although the report does not formally conclude the existence of extraterrestrial life, NASA does not deny in the document the possibility of potential unknown alien technology operating in Earth's atmosphere. Check out some of the main conclusions below. Lack of data makes unidentified aerial phenomenons more mysterious. One of the biggest limitations of unidentified aerial phenomenon researchers. NASA, for preparing its report, is classifying the videos as classified by the U.S. Department of Defense. Speaking to the BBC, NASA's Science Mission Directorate Associate Administrator Nicola Fox said, "Unidentified aerial phenomenons are one of our planet's greatest mysteries." Regarding the hundreds of recorded unidentified aerial phenomenon sightings, Fox acknowledged that there is no data available that can be used to draw definitive scientific conclusions about the nature and origin of unidentified aerial phenomenons. Reporters questioned why NASA agreed to carry out a research report using only unclassified material, while the Department of Defense, which released a poor report in March 2024, continues to keep all images and videos secret. The response from Dan Evans, Assistant Director of NASA's Astrophysics Research Division, was simplistic. One of the reasons we restricted this study to unclassified data is so we can talk openly about it. Selection: NASA's research omits the most intriguing cases, which may be in confidential files, makes its conclusions incomplete and creates a true methodological paradox. It's like a doctor making a sensitive diagnosis without having access to exams. NASA's conclusions in its final report on extraterrestrials during the presentation of the final report of the Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Independent Study Team, in September 2023, there were even those who asked about the supposed alien corpses presented in Congress in Mexico. In a response that could have a double interpretation, David Spergel, a NASA scientist, recommended to Mexican authorities, make samples available to the global scientific community and we will see what is there. Evans took advantage of the reference to remember that the objective of that team's work was to guide conjectures and conspiracies towards science and sanity, but reinforces that the secret to this is the use of data. The panel ended with an answer to the question whether NASA should dedicate more efforts to finding extraterrestrial life in outer space, instead of a mere assumption that UFOs come from space. Expert Bill Wilson recalled that one thing does not exclude the other, and that the Habitable Worlds Observatory telescope, in the initial phase of development, will be dedicated specifically to the search for Earth-like planets in space. Regarding unidentified aerial phenomenons, NASA is not going to bury its head in the sand, he concluded. Either way, when newly elected President Trump sits down at his desk in the Oval Office on January 20th, the evidence about unidentified aerial phenomenons will be in the same place it was in 2020, in the Department of Defense vaults. Even though we still don't have a definitive answer, we are closer than ever to finding our cosmic neighbors. Continue to follow the updates, because the future may hold answers that go beyond our imagination. If you were as impressed as I was, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any details about the latest discoveries in the universe. Comment below, do you think we are ready for extraterrestrial contact? Let's explore together.